Hello everyone. Welcome to another video from Showmount 1029. Thank you so much for being here. And today I wanted to talk about, something I was talking to with my friend today, and she was just asking me like how do you like choose to learn all these languages? How did you go about choosing Chinese and Thai and Hmong, and how do you know which languages to learn and which languages to not learn? And so I was like, it's a good question. It actually makes for a good video idea. Thanks. I don't think she knew what I was talking about, but I'm gonna tell you guys what I told her. So basically for me, I choose a language that's around me, that I might encounter in real life. For example, like if there's like a restaurant, like a Thai restaurant, or whatever restaurant, markets, and the people. So I always try to see what's around me, and go from there. So like for example, like Chinese, there's a lot of Chinese places around me, restaurants and stuff like that, and I do see them in every once in a while. So I know I'm gonna run into them, and so that's why I chose Chinese. And it was for a few other reasons, but that's one of the reasons. And so if I know I'm gonna encounter like the people and stuff, so there's a higher chance I'm gonna pick that language because it will be of use to me because I'm gonna be using it and try to practice with people. So it would be very, um, you know, just smart of me to choose that language since I'm gonna encounter most likely. You know what I mean? So that's how I go about it. I try to see like the demographics, like what's the amount of people that live there in my where I'm at, how many people are there, try to see if, try to research about, you know, this city that I live in, and the certain types of people that live here. And that's another reason why I chose Thai, because I was starting to notice like there was a lot of Thai places like around me, a lot of Thai restaurants and all that. So I decided to, learn and choose Thai because I knew I'm gonna speak the language actually, because there's a good amount of Thai restaurants around me. So I knew that from there, okay, cool. I'm gonna encounter the people. While I'm eating the food, I'm gonna have chit chat with a few of them, and I know I'm gonna practice my Thai. So I went ahead and chose Thai. So that's pretty much the main thing I look for. Um, and so obviously for me, like, for me to stay motivated in the language, I have to speak to the people. I have to speak to the people and see how they're doing and stuff. And it keeps me motivated knowing that I'm speaking to the people and they're motivated and they like what they're hearing, and they motivated me. They're saying, keep going, Panda, keep doing your thing, keep studying, don't give it up because it's pretty good. That pushes me, that gives me more motivation to keep going and keep uh, trying to achieve my goal for that language. So it's super important that you do that as well. Like if you don't know which language to choose, like try to figure out, looking whatever city you're living in, try to see who's around you, and examine like markets, restaurants, just places like that. See where they from, stuff like that, and go from there. Now, obviously, we live in the age of the internet, so you can learn any language pretty much from the internet, and practice on the phone with anybody, and video chat or voice chat, and you can practice pretty much any language you want. That's the good thing that we live in today's time. That's perfect, right? But my thing is that I like for me, I still wanna interact with the people. Like I love interacting with the people in real time and testing my skills in real time to see what I got. You know what I mean? So that's why particularly me personally, I like to do it. But if you're not the type to really like to go up to people and try to practice with them, or go to like places that you're gonna encounter them, obviously you could learn your languages online. There's been plenty of people that learned the language just solely online, and they've been able to reach a good level. So it's definitely possible. But for me personally, I like to encounter the people, and I want to interact with the culture, the food, and how they go about certain things. So I just love the experience of going in the battlefield, and testing my skills against the opponent, and seeing how I do. You know, I love it so much. It brings me so much joy, happiness. I have no idea. Like you have no idea sometimes. Like the simplest things that make me so happy, like being able to interact with somebody that from a different culture, and actually keeping up with them in a different conversation that's not English. You know what I mean? Can't beat that. I feel amazing when I do that. Like I feel so amazing. So that's my thing. That's how I go about choosing language most of the time. Now there are some times where it's just random. Like for me, sometimes it'll be random. I'll just choose random language and go do it. You know. But most of the times I try to go for a language that I'm gonna encounter, if not in my city, in another city that's close to me, that's about 30, 45, maybe an hour away from me where I can go there. Like, in a month, I could go once a month, twice a month, and still interact with the people. You know what I mean? So I try to see what's close to me and around me, even if it's not particularly like 15, 20 minutes away from me. If it's 30, 45 to an hour, all right, let's do it, you know? So like I said, like where I'm at, Chinese is good, Thai, and obviously I live pretty close to like Atlanta in the Charlotte area. So obviously if you're in Atlanta, Korean, Vietnamese, the Asian language is pretty popular over there in Atlanta, especially Korean. Like if you're in Atlanta, obviously Spanish too, of course, but like as far as Asian languages like Korean, whew, man, you're gonna run into a lot of Korean people in Atlanta. So that would be one of the languages I would pick if I was living in Atlanta. I would pick Korean because I know I'm gonna encounter a bunch of people. I know there's a lot of like markets, restaurants. They got the Korean festivals. You can go to the festival, see all the Korean people. Tell you, that would be a great choice to do. If you live, for example, if you live in New York, Chinese, Spanish, Chinese, Hindi, the huge Indian community as well. Obviously, New York is everything, but like obviously in New York, there's two Chinatowns. So the Chinatowns, you're gonna encounter a lot of Chinese people. So you're gonna be able to practice a lot, and that's another point. If I can practice the language a lot, then my goal to reach a high level, it most likely I would want to do it because I'm gonna encounter the people a lot. If I was living in New York, I want to reach a high level in Chinese. You know what I mean? And Spanish, all those the main languages like that. I want to reach a high level because I'm gonna be encountering the people a lot. So that's how I go about, trying to see if I want to reach like a high level or if I just want to reach like a basic level and move on too. I see like, am I gonna really encounter this language a lot, right? Like, and if you guys don't know this YouTuber, she's a huge idol of mine, Lao Shu 55,000. He used to live in Columbus, Ohio before he moved to Phoenix, Arizona. But when he was in Columbus, Ohio, he would run into so many Somali people. And he decided to learn Somali. Not only learn Somali, but try to reach a high level in Somali because he knew that he was gonna encounter the language a lot. He was gonna get into all the battlefields. So he knew that his sword was gonna get sharp if he stayed in the battlefield for a long time because there was a lot of people there, a lot of enemies, opponents, I used to say it. So he knew that he was gonna encounter the language a lot. So it only made sense for him to choose Somali and try to reach a high level in Somali. Just to give you one more example, if you're living in Minnesota, Hmong, easily. If I was living in Minnesota, the first language I would pick is Hmong, and not only that, I want to reach a very high level in Hmong because I know in Minnesota, you're gonna encounter a lot of Hmong people. This is like underground like Hmong place where you can buy things and stuff. That too, I mean, so you're gonna encounter the people a lot. So if I was living in Minnesota, yeah, I would learn Hmong and try to reach a really high level because I'm gonna encounter the people a lot. I'm gonna be there, see the people around a lot. I'm gonna be around a lot of markets and restaurants, so it only makes sense. So that's what I'm saying. And if I'm not gonna really encounter the people a lot, let's just say there's just only like one market, one restaurant. Let's say it's a Polish restaurant. There's only one Polish restaurant around me. Then I will still choose the language, but I would probably just want to reach a basic level and then move on to another language. You know what I mean? And it would make sense. I wouldn't want to reach a high level when I'm not gonna meet the people a lot. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So like I said, Look what's around you, see what's available, and go from there. Okay. But yeah, that's it for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know how you guys choose your languages. Do you have a different strategy? Is it just random for you guys? You just choose whatever language you pretty much desire and go from there, or what do you guys do? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye-bye.